Hello and welcome to day one of your challenge. I'm so excited to go over all of my secrets today. But first, before we dive in, make sure you write your starting weight in the comments below. Whatever you're starting at, 250 pounds, 170 pounds. Starting weight down below, that is the weight we are going to measure our last day of the challenge against. Also, make sure you are spreading some glow today in the challenge and outside in the real world. So glow stands for generosity, love, optimism, and wisdom. Just spread some positivity today, all right? And I guarantee you, you're going to be more successful on your goal because what goes around comes around. Now, last thing before we jump into the first secret of the day, it is make sure you invite your friends, all right? Spread the glow, share this challenge, get the word out. Weight loss is a universal struggle for a lot of women, so invite your daughter, your aunt, your coworker, your friend, your mother. Invite as many women as you can into this Facebook group so they can take advantage of this challenge as well. And please, please, please do not skip days of this challenge and do not skip through videos of this challenge. Everything that I'm going to reveal to you compiles on top of one another, so you will not understand it if you don't follow all the way through. And without further delay, let's get into secret number one of your challenge. And that is the monk-inspired method used to lose weight without touching food or exercise. So let's figure out what this is. So before I had my 80-pound weight loss journey, I tried every imaginable fat diet out there you can think of. Keto, fasting, Weight Watchers, starving myself, different apps, different shakes, different pills. I tried everything, and some of them did work. Sometimes I could lose 20, 30 pounds, but for some reason I would always gain this weight back and gain even more on top of that. So I wasn't even back to where I started. I usually ended up even worse because these diets were so restrictive and I would just blow up and I couldn't sustain them. And I owned a gym at the time. So I was even in a gym 12 hours a day. And I still couldn't figure this out. And I still couldn't keep weight off. And so I started to think, gosh, I'm fat and I'm ugly and gosh, I'm just stuck and my metabolism sucks and what is wrong with me? And I started getting really negative in my head. And it really started to affect me. And then one day I heard of this study and it changed everything for me. And this study was of two different groups of kids. One group of kids were always told, you're so smart, you're such a smart kid. And then the other group of kids were always told, you're such a hard worker. Goodness, you work so hard. And so they took these two separate groups of kids and they gave them a test. And this test was at their grade level, so it wasn't very challenging. And the both groups of kids, they did pretty well at this test. So awesome, cool, they aced it. Now what they did again is they gave a new test to both groups of kids, and this test was above their grade level. It was way more challenging. They hadn't learned the material yet. And so it was definitely a challenge. And what they found after they marked this test was the kids that were always told they were smart, they actually failed this test. They did not do well at this test at all, and they were told that they were smart. Well, what's up with that, right? But the kids who were told that they work hard, they actually aced the test. And not only did they get better grades than the kids who were told they were smart, they also had a better overall enjoyment of the process of actually writing this challenging test. So what the heck does this mean for us in our weight loss? Well, it means that life is kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy. If I kept telling myself I was fat, I was going to stay fat. If I kept saying I was stuck, I was going to be stuck. If I kept saying this is so hard, what's wrong with me? Then it's going to be hard and there's going to be something wrong with me. And so life and parents and bosses and ourselves, we put these labels on us that we tie into our identity. And some of this is intentional and most of it is unintentional. They've just been labels given to us from when we were children. And the thing is, we want to keep acting in accordance with those labels. So if we're told we're smart, we don't want to do anything that would make us seem dumb, right? Like taking a challenging test. And if we're told we work hard, we want to show that we continually work hard. So we take on new tasks, we take risks, we make bold moves. And so it's called spelling for a reason. Words cast spells. And so the monk-inspired method used to lose weight without touching food or exercise, the secret to overcoming these spells is to dream thin to begin. So it starts in the mind. And it starts by reimagining your identity. What are the labels that you've been attaching to yourself that are no longer serving you? What are the labels that other people have been attaching to you that you don't even recognize? Time to break the chains, let go, and reimagine your identity. So how do we do that? Well, the exciting thing is it's not as difficult as you think. And when it happens, crazy results happen. So this is one of our queens who started to break her identity and redo the labels attached to herself, the labels that she wanted to live up to, right? She wanted to be a hard worker. She didn't want to be smart, right? So she was able to fit in her wedding dress finally from 18 years ago. And then we had LJ here. She was able to keep the weight off for more than 2 years, and she's still going. And she's never been able to do that. And we had Katie finally feel comfortable in a two-piece bathing suit after 20 years of not having the confidence to do that. And then Andrula is fitting into a dress that she's had in her closet that she could never pull out, had the tags on it. We had Shauna, her pants are getting loose. Jen, her pants are getting loose. So this is the power when you realign your identity and you take on new labels that will serve you now and speed up your results. We had Lorette lose 60 pounds. We had Jenna Lynn, 40 pounds. I'll get my face out of the way here. Nancy, 50 pounds. April, 55 pounds. So my point here is it works. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with your body. It has been these psychological things and barriers and limiting beliefs that the world has placed on us from when we were children. And now that you know, it is time to break it. So how do we break it? How do we create this new identity and the labels that we want? Well, it's very simple, okay? So your trim task of the day is to print off the Trimera testimony, which I'll show you in just a second. You're going to print off the Trimera testimony. You can find the link to print it off in the description above this video. Just click that link, print it off. And then I want you to post that Trimera testimony on your bathroom mirror. So that way, every morning you're brushing your teeth, you wake up, it's the first thing you see, and you're going to say it to yourself because those are the beliefs that we want to reinstill. That's the person that we want to believe we are. So you're going to read it to yourself every single morning. And I want you to take a picture of you in the mirror with that trim testimonial on the mirror. So take a selfie with your trim testimony, Trimera testimony, and post it in the comments down below. That is how I know you've watched this video all the way through. The ladies who are most successful are the ones who get their trim task done immediately. So print off that trim testimony, Trimera testimony, take a selfie video or picture of it, post it on your mirror, and post that picture down below so we can all see it and cheer each other on. This is what your trim testimony looks like. So it says, I'm in my trim era, my put me first era, my reclaim my body era, my try to stop me era, my prove them wrong era, my break the rules era, my live with purpose era, my lead by example era, my I'm not afraid era, my bring it on era. Welcome to my trim era. Can you imagine how powerful that would be if you say that to yourself every morning? How you can tackle the day, how you can change your actions, change your thoughts by believing that you are this person? So make sure you print this off and read it every morning. Now, last thing before we wrap up day one here is, if you haven't already, okay, go ahead and grab your vanilla milkshake protein powder. So I have tried over 100 different brands of protein powder, and I hated all of them. They were chalky, they were clumpy, they tasted like chemicals, they made me gassy, they made my stomach upset, and I could never find one that I liked. So I finally said, screw it, and I created my very own formula. And that is what this is. It is low in calories, so great for fat burning. It is high in protein, so it's going to help with your toning. I've added digestive enzymes, so it's anti-bloat, and it can help flatten the tummy. It tastes like melted ice cream, so it's a great cravings crusher if you have a sweet tooth or you're a late night snacker. So this is a game changer. And the discount for your challenge is free shipping, okay, no shipping costs, and no taxes. So if you want to take advantage of this offer, you can click the link in the description above. I've put it up there for you. And in that link, you'll see the prices with no shipping and no taxes added. That is your discount. That is going to be available for the next 24 hours. So make sure you take advantage of that if this sounds interesting to you. And with every purchase of this vanilla milkshake protein powder over the next 24 hours is going to get a free Trim Temptations cookbook with a ton of delicious shake recipes. Recipes like Mango Madness and Pineapple Pleasure, Blackberry Cheesecake, Grapelicious, Butterfinger, Chocolate Dream, Caramel Delight, Birthday Cake, Pumpkin Spice, Chocolate Mocha, Coconut Cream, Lemon Meringue, Chocolate Covered Strawberries, like so many good delicious stuff. So if you want access to that as well, make sure you grab that shake in the next 24 hours. Click that link in the description above. That is your day one, beautiful ladies. Make sure you have weighed in the comments down below. Make sure you print out that trim testimony and take a selfie. Put it in the comments down below. Grab your vanilla milkshake. If you have not, take advantage of the challenge discount. And tomorrow I will see you for secret number 2. It is the metabolism hack Olympians have been using for centuries. So I will see you then.